All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the site here, and we'll take a look at how people order first. We'll go through some of the confirming sales stuff, shipping, invoicing, how money is received, and all that kind of stuff. And this video will show you how all of that works and how the functions are taken care of for you within the system. All right. So we're looking at customer ordering here. Here they'd go to the product and they're going to select the option for the product. In this case, it's a frame color or a canopy color, right? And they need to select those in order to add them to cart. They can also adjust the amount of items, of course, in the cart that they're adding. Then they can view the cart after they're done adding it to the cart. Then it allows them to show the products that they're ordering, even adjust the quantity. They can continue to shop or they can proceed to checkout. So either one of those options is available here from this section of the shopping cart. All right, now once they go ahead and choose to check out, they're going to get to the option to put in their billing information. And there's also, of course, another ship to a different address option to the right of the billing details there. You'll see, so if they decide that they want to ship it somewhere else other than where they are at and have purchased from, then they can go ahead and do that. You'll notice down below from where it says email address, there's a create an account option as well. A create an account option actually saves this customer data in your online store and requires them to add a username and password. We'll come back to that in a minute. Here you can see that the shipping and handling is being taken care of by UPS and tabulates the rates according to the product here. All right, during our conversation here, we had a request to remove PayPal and have the credit card option as the first and only option for payment. So we'll take care of that. Right now, I'm just showing you that the billing changes according to the type of the shipping option that you choose as a customer. All right. So you can see we've got next day error, second day error, ground, 3-day select. All those are options available through UPS. Take just a moment here. You'll see that there's a checkout through PayPal. Again, just going forward here, we're removing that. And having it available only by credit card according to our conversation today. You can see now here that the credit card is the only option available. Now we're going to log into the WordPress administration, and this is where you log in to view and see all your orders and the details associated with each of them. You also get an email notification letting you know that there's an order that's actually been submitted to your website, and once you log in, you'll be able to see all that information. We're going to log in here and take a look at things. Okay, this is the login dashboard after you've logged in. On the left hand side you see WooCommerce, and we're going to take a look at the orders option for WooCommerce there. Okay, And there's different settings available up here on the top. We're going to take a look first at the emails. So with each email, I'm sorry, with each order or part of an order or order process, you're going to get a notification. So you get a notification, for example, if there's a new order. That order email is going to go to sales@classysshade.com. You'll notice in the video here that we're just adjusting that to make sure that goes to the right place. And that goes along with the rest of the options that we're going to talk about in a minute. Okay, you see some email information down here. Later on today, I'm going to send you an example of the email that you get when a new order comes through as a customer. And also as an admin, we can take a look at that. Okay, so we've updated the new order email address. It's going to go, like I said, to sales@classysshade.com. New order comes in, you're going to be notified about it. There'll also be notifications for a canceled order, a failed order, anything that's on hold or completed. Going down the list here, you can see those options available here. We'll adjust those email addresses also here as we've done in the video, and make them so that they all go to the sales@classysshade.com email address. All right, we've gone ahead and saved the changes here. All right, let's go back to the orders here. So here we're looking at the orders, and you can see that there's different options for the information to find an order or get the details. You can click on the actual order number or the client name there. You'll notice there's a payment status, or status rather, of the order. In this case, we're looking at a pending payment. That means an order has not been paid yet, but still somebody's tried to sign up or purchase something, but they just didn't pay, or they were partway through the process. Okay, and in this case, this shows up here like this because we started with PayPal and then didn't go through with it. You can get all your order details here, the product information, all of the information for the shipping and charges for that, as well as the product or the order total. And then you can manage the order from here if you needed to edit the shipping or billing addresses. For the client, you can do so just by using a little edit button. Looks like a pencil over there on the right hand side of each of those. This gives you all the information on the client and their order. Okay, and from here then you can also do things like you can make a note on it. We'll go through that in just a minute. Just right now I'm showing you also that you have orders here. It says processing. These mean that the order has been paid for already, so it's ready for to be processed through and eventually shipped out. You notice the status is up in the area here where we're mousing over, processing and canceled and pending payment. It's a way for you to segment these by their status, and then you can manage them from there more easily. Okay. Here's where you can change the status. So, for example, if you've collected payment and want to change it to processing, or any other status that you want to change, you change the status with that drop down, and then press the update button on the right there, just to make sure that it saves. If you've already shipped out an order, then I would suggest that you change the status to completed. There's areas in here also for you to make a note about orders, and there's two options. You'll look at the drop down there. One says private note. If you drop down, also you can put a customer note and send them an email, letting them know there's a note in the system for them. Here you could add the tracking number, but also up above you can see that there's an option to add the UPS tracking number in there as well, and that's just part of the availability of the system there. It allows the customer to actually know what the tracking number is without having to bother you for it, as long as they log in. All right, so we're going to take a little bit further here now, and we'll take a look at how to access your authorized.net account. This is your payment gateway account, and this is where you can verify that also that payments have gone through. You would go to the sign in option here at authorized.net and click sign in, and then the drop down for merchants. Go ahead and click that, and then you're going to log in with your login ID and password. You should have your login information. It should have been sent to you. If for any reason that you don't have it, you can contact me to obtain it. Okay, so we're getting logged in here. Now this is the authorized.net merchant access area. So in this particular area, you can see that it has a number of options for you. There's tools, reports, all sorts of stuff. The main areas you're going to deal with are going to be the transaction search area and also the reports area. Now, one of the things that you can do is you can look at statistics. You can also view and see if transactions have been processed, and you can also identify unsettled transactions. Here, unsettled transactions means a transaction of a purchase that was made. Generally, it's going to be on the same day, but just hasn't settled yet, meaning it hasn't been actually moved, the money moved to your account yet, your bank account. You can see the transaction statistics for any set of data or days, and whether or not that they were settled or unsettled, and run those statistics here. You'll get this type of report, and you'll see that there's one transaction actually here from that date range, and that was the test that we put through for you, and that was voided. All right, so with regard to going ahead and searching for a transaction, you can search for transactions also. If you have the last four numbers of the credit card of the customer, you can put that in there and search the data. It will pull up the transaction that matches, that corresponds to the last four. You can also do it without that information, but just do a search on a particular date range. Here you're going to see our voided transaction, which is the only one that should be showing because that's the only sale that's been made. And you'll see the status, the actual date of the transaction, and all that information here. So remember that authorized.net is your payment gateway. This is the service that actually tracks and records and moves the money from your website to your bank account. So that's why we call it a gateway. It operates in between your bank account and your website. And this is all already integrated with your website, so it does all of this automatically when a sale is made. All right, you want to leave any of the areas like account and those areas alone. Tools, you can look at tools and things of that nature, but I would not mess with those. The reports and the transaction search are the areas that you're going to be involved in mainly as a business owner. If you have a refund or something like that that you need to check out, or a payment that you want to look at that comes through, that would be the areas to use to do that. Okay, once an order is actually completed and you've had the payment, I would recommend you change it to completed. Similarly, if you refund somebody or have a canceled order, you can manage the payment state, the status of that order within the area, again in the order area here on the website. Similarly, you can refund a customer directly from the admin, but you have to wait 24 hours after the purchase to do that, because it will still be in a unsettled state in the gateway, and so that refund option wouldn't be allowed until 24 hours or so after when the funds have settled. So I would just largely, if you have to do a refund, do it through the payment gateway at authorized.net, or you can always connect with me and go through it together. Okay. Again, the area for logging in is going to be at authorized.net, and just utilizing the merchant sign-in option for your account there. All right. Take a look and you can see the different options for the status on the order again, and the ability to edit client billing and shipping information directly from the order access area. Okay. You have a shipping and returns policy. So if somebody's going to return something, right, and you need to refund them, that return, according to your policy, is going to go to service@classysshade.com. So they're going to have to obviously email you, and then you'll handle it manually from there. Once you've decided on what you're going to do with respect to the return, you can always go back into your order notes for that order in the WooCommerce, and you can update the information there on what's happened. So for example, say this order that we were placing today, and if I had called and said, okay, well, I want to cancel this order or return the product, we could mark it refunded or canceled, whichever. And then on the right-hand side, you're going to see the note area, and you can make a private note to yourself, mark, return the product, and I'm refunding his money, or whatever the situation might be, and add it using the add button right there. And then save it. This will allow you to keep a running history for anything that happens regarding an order in your online store. So same thing goes with canceling orders, making returns. You handle them the same way as you would, as we just showed you here. Now there's reports that are available also within the system. Here we're looking at a sales report, and this is going to give you information on the sales for the last 7 days. You'll see the tab that's highlighted here, but you can get it from the year, last month, this month, or a custom range if you so desire. So once you're out there marketing your product and start making your sales, you can always come back in and identify what was sold in what quantities on any particular day. And again, these reports are available directly through the WooCommerce area here on the left-hand side by just clicking Reports. You'll see up at the top, that's for the orders that we were looking at. There's also an option for sales by product, category, etc., up there. And this gives you information, for example, on what category is selling the best. It just helps you make decisions on your business for how to move forward and what to focus on. You'll see a couple other options up there as well, customer report as well. And the customer report, there's two options for you here. One is customers and guests, and another is a customer list. If the customer is a actual account holder, meaning they've set up an account with you when they checked out, then that information will appear here as a customer sale. If it's not somebody who has an account with you already, then it will appear as a guest sale. And you'll notice that the one that I signed up for I didn't opt to create an account in the system, so it just logs it as a guest sale. You don't have to worry about inventory so much on your stock tab, so we won't worry about this. But if you click on the customer list area we just did, then you're going to see a list of the customers that have purchased from you, when their last order was, how many times they've ordered from you, their location, and all the other relevant information. You can also access their orders directly from the area over to the right and see when and what products were purchased. Okay, here we've just gone back to the order report tab. Okay, so we've covered pretty much most of the order information here. There's information with regard to checkout processes here for taxes and all other sorts of settings that are relevant to your store and what you charge people. Generally, Again, we can't advise you from a legal perspective on what to do. However, generally people are charging sales tax to customers who purchase from them if they're in the same state. If they're not, they're generally not charging sales tax to that client who purchases. I've gone ahead and enabled taxes here in the system. You'll see that the taxes are already set according to the state. So state is at 7.75%. We'll see that here in just a moment. And then we will be importing the rest of the individual cities' rates here in the next few days. Okay, so we're going to just take a look here. This is where you would look at the rates, the standard rates for taxation. They're based off of basically the customer's shipping address. So we have your shipping address based in the United States and California. Their shipping address, if it's in California, is going to charge them minimally 7.75% state sales tax. So that's just a look at it so you can see where it is in the system there. Okay, so we're going to move on from here to you can see again, there's options up above here. We'll take care of all that for you. We'll import the individual city tax rates into the system for you as well for California. Okay, we're going to take a look at the product administration now. Here on the left-hand side under products, there's all products. You can list them out on your screen by choosing this option. If you mouse over a product, you're going to see some options. So if you mouse over the name over here to the right-hand side, then you're going to see a few different options to click on. You'll see edit, view, trash, etc. We're going to go ahead and edit the product right now. Again, my recommendation to you is that if you need to add a product, then you should probably just submit a ticket to us. Here's, however, is where you put in the product name. Down here is where you put in the description for the product. Now, your products have a few different variables and whatnot. So, you can see here the product set as taxable, and the status is standard, but it's a variable product. So there's different attributes that are assigned to it, and those are going to be frame and canopy color, and different variables assigned to those particular attributes. So it does get a little bit involved, if you want to add or edit a new product on it, but it's all available to you here, and part of the service on the monthly fees includes us taking care of this kind of stuff for you. So I would just generally recommend that you submit a ticket to us, and you can do that at support.websiteserviceforall.com, or you can go to the website serviceforall.com and just click on the support link in the upper right hand side of the website. So here, just showing you some of the variations that are already entered for you. You don't have to worry about doing this yourself. We take care of it for you. All right, so that just gives you some information about the variations and the attributes. Okay, we're not worried about inventory and things of that nature right now, so we won't focus too much on those, but those are options also available there. There's also categories for products. Right now you have a couple of different categories available. We have uncategorized for testing purposes, but you have your introductory package offerings and also your separate product offerings. So depending on which category a product belongs to, that's how it's assigned, and it'll show up in that particular section of the website. So if we were to go and add or edit a product and we wanted to have it show up in a particular category, to the right hand side you're going to see product categories as a drop down there, and this is, for example, when you create or edit a product and you just check box the particular category that you would want that one to appear in. And yes, it can appear in more than one, so you could check box all of them if you wanted, but it's usually not what you do. Usually you choose one, maybe at the most two. Alright, so similarly with the product image, you can add an image for a product. You just click here where it says set product image on the right hand side. When you click that, it's going to pull up option to either upload files or select one from the media library that's already on the website. Here I'm going to show you that you can easily select a file, and you can even drag and drop it into the administration. So that way you can quickly and easily upload images that you want to use with respect to your product and set the image quite quickly there. Okay, again, upload option or media library option. Media library already has the images in it. Upload is to add a new image. All right. Okay, again, you can do that from anywhere or for any image, and you can just go to the navigation up at the top for the admin, choose the media option and choose to add new media. Now here I'm just going to give an example of where I'm pulling the file from one of my other folders and dragging and dropping it over into the area where it says drop files here. Okay, so where I just highlighted there, you're going to drag your file. Say if you, for example, you had the files up on another window in your computer, as you see here. So I'm going to drag one of these over to it here in just a second. It's going to upload to the site, and then you'll be able to see it. Okay, so now you can see the file is loaded there, and we can go to the media library also, and you'll see it appear right where I'm mousing right now. There it is. If we select it, and there it is. So now it's in the media library. Now I'm going to delete this because we don't need it. It's our logo, so you won't need it on the site. But that's how you upload a image and set a product image for your products. Okay, so now you know how to add a product, how to upload the image to it, what category, options that you have available to you, and the ability to select those as well. When it comes to adding products, like I said, I would recommend that you open a ticket with us to do that and give us the information. We can do it probably quite a bit quicker for you with less frustration, because that is one of the kind of more tricky parts of adding your product set, since it has so many variable options. Again, when it comes to reporting, You're not going to have really any accounting reports. You can get sales reports, and that's about it. You can do that. We've gone over that already. You can add also, though, a new order manually if you need to. So, for example, you just go to the top of the page where it says orders up the top left and click Add New, okay, or Add Order. And you click that button, and that will bring up the option for you to add a new order. Now, when you do that, it automatically goes to pending payment. You're going to have to edit these billing and shipping addresses so that you can input that data manually. So, so you're talking to a customer, and he's like, yeah, I'd like to order some of those. And you can do that. You can go right on the website, order it manually, add their information. You'll see down here also there's an option to add the products to the order, which is going to be important. So you can click on that and then go ahead and add product. And then you search for the product, for example, and we'll just type in, shade here just to bring up whatever. And then it'll populate the options here for you. And then we'll select it, and you can add your product option right in there. All right. Again, you need to save this when you're done, and you can update it first, so that way that the monetary amount is actually showing in there.